And it should have worked. Look at that. I
Hey,
pressed
looks like
one
it
button,
worked.
and we have audio. And if we don't tell me. It looks like it's working. I don't want to know
Well,
why
just
it would fail.
no. Tell us in the chat.
Do tell us.
No, it looks like it's working, and if it's not,
He's
I don't
very
really
confident.
understand.
Yeah.
I'm
Very
very
confident.
confident. I don't want my feelings to be hurt. Okay, that's really all it comes down to. Yeah, this it's nice to have all this though. Yes, I will have lots of screens.
Yeah.
I mean, you've already got, 3 here on your desk. 4 if I count that. I count that.
You count the
5,
audio
6.
interface?
Yeah.
I mean, it has a screen.
Yeah, it has a screen.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
So you got 6 screens.
My phone's over here.
And your phone's over there. You probably have another iPad somewhere. I don't know
It's
about.
right there.
Yeah. See?
But that iPad is reserved for being a menu for drink nights, for cocktail nights.
God. And you make a great cocktail too.
Cheers.
Hagen, for the audio only listeners, Hagen has made us smoked old fashioned.
Mesquite smoked old fashioned.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yours didn't get as much smoke. Sorry.
That's okay.
Delicious.
So good.
Because I was late.
That's exactly why.
That's why.
That's exactly why. Morning. Welcome to Don't Feed the Artists. I'm Hagen.
I'm Dave.
I'm Adam.
Wow, that feels good.
That was good. I feel like we haven't done that in a while.
We have not done that at the beginning of the show in a while.
I've been rewatching some shit for some clips, and I'm like, man, we don't do that.
I mean, I did kind of think there is a point where podcasts stop introducing their hosts,
They shouldn't.
but we're not that successful that we can do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like you listen to
The shows that do that are like, oh, they have like 1 million listeners every
Yeah.
week.
It's not like
We
Joe
don't.
Rogan goes, I'm Joe Rogan every
Yeah,
week.
exactly.
Well, he might need to do that so he reminds himself.
True. Yeah. Or at least reminds his guests, you
Yeah.
are on the Joe Rogan experience.
And then they're like, why did I sign? Why did my publicist get me?
How did I end up here?
Are we getting paid?
It would be cool though if we ended up doing something where like we change the order of introduction.
That would really mess
Let's
me
test
up.
it
I
out.
know.
Let's test it out.
But no, I mean, in order
No, hold
to
on.
make it into like a
To keep
a
the-
game,
Keep
people can start
listeners,
betting,
paying attention.
making bets. Yeah. Hi, welcome to Don't Feed the Artist.
You motherfucker, it's morning. Are you kidding me?
Fuck, do it again. Do it again.
Are you fucking kidding?
Yeah, Morning, welcome to Don't Feed the Artist. I'm Dave.
I'm Hagen.
I'm late.
That worked. Okay, Adam, you do it.
Morning, welcome to Don't Feed the Artist. My timing's not good. I'm Adam.
I'm Dave.
And Hagen is our producer.
Yeah. And there's a reason he's our producer.
Yeah.
And I just pressed a button and I just clipped the last 60 seconds.
That is so friggin' cool.
This is why we let him do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Upgrades, baby. Upgrades.
I don't know if I'm going to use that, but we laughed real hard, so I
Yeah.
might as well press that clip button just in case it is funny later. Yeah, we're back. How's everybody been? We took another week off because, whatever. Life happens.
Yeah. Life happens.
Life happens. I swear to God, my body was trying to take me down.
Last week?
For those who aren't watching Fun Fridays, I've been giving updates on Fun Friday, but so had COVID, talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
And then shortly after that, my ulcer returned, made a triumphant return. And then shortly after that, I had a incredibly debilitating migraine for like almost 24 hours.
Yeah, I was going to say like a 24-hour migraine.
It was brutal. And my body has been trying to take me down. And I said, no fucking way, bitch.
Hey,
Not today.
Give us an update on the ulcer. How you doing?
I'm drinking alcohol, man.
There you go.
So either really
That's a
good,
good sign or a
really
bad
bad.
sign. Yeah.
It's good. So I did like a talk to a doc, like a just chat thing. Even though I knew it wouldn't work, I was like, "Can you just please give me antibiotics? I've had an ulcer before. Can I please?" And they're like, "No, we can't just do that over this." And then, unbeknownst to me, they didn't prescribe me antibiotics. They prescribed me this like kind of protein thing. And ever since that, I've been real good. Been real good.
Nice.
Haven't had to take the antacid as much, actually at all. I've been doing coffee. It's real good. It's real good. Crispity in the chat says, "Hey guys, new album releasing on Monday. Let's fucking go, Crispity. Let's come on."
Yeah.
As I mentioned, I was rewatching old clips, and I rewatched that clip when you told him to look out for heroin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it's
It's a classic.
It was good advice.
I laughed really
It's
hard.
not bad advice.
Yeah.
Nobody's disputing that.
I laughed really hard when that happened, and when I was rewatching it, I was like, man, he just told someone to look out for heroin.
Yeah.
No matter the age.
He was talking about playing grunge stuff. And
Yeah.
And some people needed to hear that back then.
It was like the kind of jump scare that he's a high schooler, but
Sure.
yeah, but it's still good advice.
Yeah.
Still really solid advice.
I'm playing in the cafeteria at my high school. Oh, you're good.
You're probably fine. As far
Probably.
As we know.
Probably is
Depends on
important.
where.
Yeah. Probably is really important there, but
Well, we will be on the lookout for that new album.
yeah, for sure. And then so Ulcer, I think good now. I think we're good to go. I've been really trying to take care of all those things, so I don't have any more health issues. I'm really fucking over it. I'll tell you that.
Getting old's fun.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so fucking stupid. I swear. I complained to Kara so long about. I was like I went on this long fucking. I was super pissed rant of like, why me? I try so hard. And yeah, that's pretty much all it amounted
That
to.
tends to be how that goes, really.
Yeah. This is the only thing I don't try hard with is the drinking. I keep drinking.
But you don't drink a lot.
I don't drink a lot. The first time I had an ulcer, I drank way more than I do now.
Mm-hmm.
So
I remember that.
Yeah. So I didn't. What are we gonna do? But it's all good. How have you guys been?
Pretty good. I've been working through some stuff with my cat who has asthma. So
Yeah, we heard about that.
yeah, he was at the emergency vet the other night when y'all were playing. So
Oh, no.
Is he okay now?
he's good now. He's better. It's just real bad this year, and we're getting a little like home oxygen tank for him to like sit in. So
Wow.
Like how often does that have to happen?
just when it's really bad. So hopefully just once a year,
Okay.
where it like seems to get real bad for him, and he came out and tried to get my attention by like screaming as a cat can't really do.
Yeah.
And it freaked out our other cat who like was panicking and like came in and got me, and it was like he's sitting there with his mouth wide open, tongue
my
out, not able to breathe.
God.
We have a emergency inhaler for him, so it's all right.
Yeah.
But if we keep having to do that, we had to do it like 4 times in the same day, and that's not good.
Jesus, No.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Sucks. I'm so sorry.
But the unfortunate part is the vets are like, well, we don't really know everything about cat asthma, and it's like, yeah, well, I'm not surprised, but
We'll figure it out.
we got to try something, so we're going to try the oxygen thing, because that seemed to help with
Okay.
him. He was only there for about 2 or 3 hours, and he was better after that, so
And emergency vets are
not cheap.
super cheap. I was going to say incredibly cheap.
Very
Yeah.
expensive.
It's
Yeah.
very cheap places to go.
I can definitely buy the oxygen thing like twice with what we paid to go there.
Jesus
Oh,
fucking
man.
Christ. Ugh.
And we've had to go there twice over the last 3 years. So
So here's the thing, though. Those vets deserve to be
Yeah.
paid a lot of money
Yeah.
because we've had to take our dog there. And in the time that we were there, like 2 families came in screaming.
yeah, they
With,
get
like,
dealing
animals,
with lots of terrible
Just
shit.
the worst stuff.
Yeah,
So,
and people panicking, which is not easy to deal with.
yeah.
There's always the possibility somebody's losing a pet there, and that's
Exactly.
hard for them to deal with. They have lots of specialized equipment, which is part of the reason we ended up going there instead of our normal vet. Was they were like they have a better oxygen machine or whatever than we do, so
Yeah.
he can be there for a couple hours instead of like all day.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
At any point when the cat came in to you, like, gasping for air, were you like, oh, now you want attention?
no,
Oh, okay.
no. He's really good about communicating the best he can as a cat when
Yeah.
he needs help. So.
That would have
Because
been
he needs an inhaler twice a day normally.
Really? In general?
Just a preventative inhaler kind
Sure,
of thing.
yeah.
How does he do with it? Is he like, all right, it's inhaler time?
He's super cooperative. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I would have figured that like if my cat ran in with a problem and just yelled the way she normally does, I'm like, you want attention.
Yeah. If our other cat
Like, you
started
just want to be held.
yelling, then yeah, I wouldn't think anything of it.
Yeah.
I'd have a panic attack. I'm so sensitive when it comes to my dog.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, well, it's like it's a point where like I'll be sitting in this room for a couple hours playing video games, and I have just it's let's say like 10:30. I've been home for 2 hours, and my cat busts open this door. It is closed, and she busts it open, just going. Just wants to be held. That's
Wow.
it. Just literally all she wants is to be held and cuddled.
She
That's it.
waited a couple hours and you still didn't do it. So
I wanted to play video games. Get fucked.
Did you see in the chat Ian said, I had an epileptic cat.
Named-
Naked
yeah.
Jesus. It's like, and then he corrected himself and said named.
Yeah.
That made me laugh a lot.
Yeah, that's a it's a good typo. Especially it's great because like you can like remove your chat message and then send it again. But I like that you
no,
just
you
went
just
with
got to
it.
own it.
Yeah, for sure. So We got some news today. Is that you guys?
That sounds so sad the way you said
What's
that.
the bad? Is this sad news?
We got some news today.
No,
Did people
Naked Jesus called.
Naked Jesus called.
What'd you say?
Is it Dave's Deaf Corner again? Like,
Return.
no.
of Dave's
have I
Death
missed on the
Corner.
news and there's like 25 people who've died? And
No.
No, not that I know of. No, I'm like I've been trying to decide how I want to order this, and I think I've got an idea. And if we miss something, it's okay. We're gonna jump into the Super Bowl. I think first. I think Super Bowl is first, and
right.
and it's.
like
You see why I was like, all right.
Yeah, I get it now. I get it now.
Yeah,
I like the exhale. All right.
yeah. So, Super Bowl halftime show. We usually talk about it in some capacity. Did you guys watch it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. What was your takeaways?
I don't care. It wasn't bad or anything. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But I just don't care
Okay.
about
Usher
halftime
or-
shows and Usher
okay.
specifically, and like the nostalgia kind of play for halftime shows doesn't really work
Okay.
for me.
Yeah.
Like
so
the weekend was more interesting because it's like, oh, he's at like the height of his career probably.
and he went
doing
through a bunch
something.
of different weird sets. and,
Doing a
like,
bunch of
there
crazy
was-
stuff.
Yeah.
It's very like cinematic, whereas this is like
Right.
they're on the field, rollerblading. I mean that is impressive, but
I think if we let him talk long enough about how he feels about it, he'll end up being like, it's the best
great.
fucking thing
It
I've
was
ever
great.
seen.
It was a great
no,
show.
it wasn't whatever year Prince did. That would
Right.
be it. Yeah.
So here's the thing for me
That's the
that,
bar.
that I was thinking about is I thought it was boring, but in comparison to other performances at the halftime show I've seen.
Like recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so if you were to see someone do that at like a local venue at the crazy capacity they did it, you'd be like, that was the best thing I've ever seen. But it's the Super Bowl halftime show, so it was underwhelming because of the context that it was in.
That's true. The bar is high.
It's so high. It's unbelievable.
And the last couple years have been really good.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna come in with the opposite hot take here, I guess. So I saw a lot of people be like, I don't care about Usher, and I'm like, okay, great, cool. I mean, like I know you like Usher songs, and you're just like, it's cool to not care about Usher, but I know that whenever certain songs come on, you're gonna be like, fuck yeah, this is great.
Every song is recognizable.
Yeah,
But I was like, I wasn't excited to watch it because of him performing.
Yeah, there was a decent amount of the songs I just didn't know.
okay, that's fair. I
think
found
the difference is going to high school in America.
yeah, maybe yeah. That was like 90% of school dances.
Yeah,
was
right.
Usher.
Yeah.
So I found that like his performance in particular was the thing that kind of like that did it for me. I thought him singularly, like his dancing while singing. Now let's take a brief pause.
We got to cover the normal point we always cover.
and it's going to be the opposite because everyone was so pissed that Alicia Keys was pitchy.
Right.
Why the fuck would she be pitchy if it was a pre-recorded thing?
Yeah.
She was singing.
Yeah.
That's real. Like I saw this video that Lawrence did. Like they recorded a video that was basically like, hey, for everyone who's mad about her being pitchy, let's actually take a moment and remember that like that means that like she was actually singing. That was real. There's no reason they would keep that.
And
like
she was only pitchy right at the start.
yeah, but
Not-
people were pissed.
Not in a good like environment that's conducive to sounding good either.
Sure, yeah, exactly.
Not
yeah.
at all.
Like it wasn't cold where this Super Bowl was this year, but like it's not like perfect weather to be singing
Yeah.
in and everything like that.
And then Usher, when he was like doing dance moves, you could hear him like while he's singing. So to me, that's a great indication of the performance of this one.
So I was thinking about this too. I wonder if they took a recording from the rehearsal,
Yeah,
for Usher's vocals.
that's possible.
Because I did see that when the NFL released the footage of the performance, they edited Alicia Keys' entrance,
Interesting.
and it's fixed in post production.
yeah, they definitely film and have all that stuff
Oh, yeah.
on standby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean,
for
if I
sure,
were
yeah.
a famous singer about to do the most,
Yeah,
arguably,
I would have multiple takes
Yeah.
ready for us to use. Yeah.
absolutely. And if I got the take that I was like, listen, of all the rehearsal I've been doing for this, I'm not going to do it better than that. Let's use that take for the live performance.
Yeah, which I totally get, but there definitely was like elements of realness behind all of it,
Yeah.
which I liked.
I feel like that's a relatively recent decision, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I want to say just this year and last year.
Yeah, like
To do it live.
Yeah, I think there might, I don't know this, but I feel like there might be an aspect of Apple's like, no, that's what we want to do. We're
Yeah.
sponsoring the show. We will provide whatever the fuck you want to make that happen. Like,
Yeah, which makes sense too.
because it's, I mean, technically it's a hard thing to do anyway. It's going to cost a lot of money to do it live.
Yeah,
The
The
amount,
stress alone. Like,
yeah, dude, the amount of production that goes
Yeah.
into something like that.
yeah. I found that the transitions were good. I thought that the dance moves were good. The roller skating was I thought
out of nowhere.
cool, but like
It was a bold move.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not. I think the musical's called Starlight Express. It's like this old musical that I think Andrew Lloyd Webber was a writer on, and it's like all on skates, and it's like cool. No one gives a shit.
Nobody gets this reference.
This is so stupid. Like
Yeah.
I don't think he was referencing that, but it's the same effect to me. That's like, why?
Like Andrew Lloyd Webber was at Sonic one night and was like, "Wait a minute."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was cool, but it didn't really do anything for me. I thought the Little John thing was super fun, but I was like, this is like maybe the effect is supposed to give the crowd FOMO because they're not part of like that big party group, so they're supposed to be like, oh yeah, I want to do that.
Right.
know?
Yeah, but it was when they had the like audience, fans, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
In the shots, there were a couple shots that I saw during the live show. At least I'm sure they fixed it in the released version, but you could just tell there's like it's 20 people and they're using good camera angles to make sure that it looks like it's a whole
Yeah.
crowd
Yeah, for
field
sure.
of people.
Yeah.
Which is just kind of funny to see because you're like, you know that, but usually you wouldn't see that.
Right.
So.
I
Yeah.
thought one of the performers had the stature of Kanye. Was Kanye on stage?
Kanye was not on stage. Kanye was at the Super Bowl, but he was not on stage.
Weird.
Yeah. I thought her was amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah, she was incredible. And then the part that's going to lead me to the other part of this is the band was killing. I don't know
Yeah.
how much of that was live or not, but the drums in particular, I was like, this is on fucking point. Which leads to the other point of this was, Adam, did you notice there was an empty drum kit on stage?
No.
Dave's
Did not
Death
see
Corner.
Yeah, Dave's Death Corner, but it's old. Still sad. There was an empty gold drum set on stage. So the white one that was like on the left side, I guess, that was like actually the drummer. It's a huge kit, like crazy, so
Yeah.
much shit on it. But then there's an empty gold one for Usher's drummer Aaron Spears, who passed away in October, who was also the producer on his album Confessions. But he was his longtime drummer, longtime friend, passed away at I think it was 50. But very, very sad. Insanely good drummer. Like
Yeah.
just one of those guys that's like, this is insane. This is wild.
Yeah. One of the early, maybe I'm very incorrect in saying this, but I feel like he was one of the early, really famous drummers to do like the gospel chop thing.
Very incorrect saying this. I'm kidding.
I don't know.
No. I think that the thing with the Aaron Spears thing was like he was such a big part of like so many musicians' lives. This just includes Ariana Grande, Justin Bieber, Miley Cyrus, Lil Wayne, Lady Gaga. But you're 100% right about like the gospel chops thing.
Yeah.
Like all like his career, he was one of those dudes that popularized it for sure.
Yeah.
And just putting that in that pop sphere. And then being also, I didn't know he was a producer on Confessions. I didn't know that he was like that was part of his shtick too. So that even more just like it was a very good like thing to do in honor
Yeah.
of one of his friends. If you haven't also, for those huge nerds out there, Drumeo, like the drum YouTube channel, recently released a Aaron Spears video of him doing Pretender. Did you watch this?
I started watching it and then had to go.
Did you read the caption?
No.
So the caption is them being like, Aaron Spears was a really good friend of Drumeo. Like he was always doing stuff with us. And someone else who was like a friend of Drumeo's also was like involved and connected between the two, and was like, yeah, this is what Aaron Spears would have wanted you still to release this like this. So they released it in honor basically of Taylor Hawkins and Aaron Spears all in one go, because Aaron Spears also loved Taylor Hawkins. And
Right.
so it's like when you read the caption, it's like, I don't want to watch this, man. I can't. Like, yeah, it's crazy.
Before we get too far from the Super Bowl, what did Heather say in the chat?
I might have read that Alicia Keys was also somewhat sick leading up to the Super Bowl, so there are a lot of reasons besides just being human for why her voice might have cracked. Also, when people are that critical of someone making minor mistakes, I always just say, you go up there and try to do that. Yeah, I mean, that's...
The pressure.
Yeah. I think that like it's super interesting when, and this is mean, but I'm gonna say it, when normies criticize music.
Yeah.
No, maybe non-musicians.
Normies.
Normies.
Yeah.
Okay, we're sticking with that.
Yeah. I think it's like definitely a little slice of me is like, go up there and do that yourself.
Yeah.
Or like, what do you think this takes? Like what in your brain do you think that every singer is just like, I got it all the time?
Exactly.
What like could you literally do the best bass playing you've ever done in your entire life at any point in time?
No.
Yeah, it's like
No.
In what world does it's like, because like there's a part of, I'm sure, some people's brains that's like, oh, musicians can just turn it on and play, and that in some aspect is true, but not Super Bowl halftime true at any given fucking moment.
Not probably the only time you will ever play this level of a thing.
So
Like in any person's career, most people have never played the Super Bowl twice.
Right.
Exactly. And wait, you said most people have?
Have not.
Oh,
played the
but
Super Bowl
has
twice.
anyone played the Super Bowl
I
twice?
assume somebody has.
Okay.
But I don't know that. But I would assume for most people, you're going into it and you're like, this is my only time I'm playing.
Yeah.
So that's stressful, if nothing else. Much less all, like you said, normies who, frankly, what creative thing can you do? Go ahead and do that in front of half of America.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then some.
Yeah.
Under scrutinization of half America, not
And
just like
with a
half
giant
America.
clock counting down to the next ad break or whatever. Like,
Yep.
I imagine that's what they're seeing too.
Right. Yeah.
I love the idea of romanticizing that if someone is at the level that they get the Super Bowl halftime gig, that they should be able to do it perfectly. And holding artists to that kind of a standard, I think not holding artists to that standard is partly what has watered down the landscape of pop music. Not expecting more of our artists. I hate to keep bringing this up, but like the fact that Taylor Swift writes her own songs shouldn't be as celebrated as it is.
Yeah.
So I love to romanticize the idea that, of course, Alicia Keys and everybody involved in that performance are going to do it perfectly in that moment, but it's just not realistic.
Yeah.
And I think like when, if you go back and rewatch it, to me, I don't hear like, I hear like the pitchiness, but I don't hear like a fucking tumble and fall moment of the performance. It's like, oh dude, this is bad.
It's not Fergie
Yeah, exactly.
singing the Star Spangled Banner.
And for most of it, she sounded fucking incredible. In
Yeah.
fact, all of them sounded really good. I thought that was like that was my big takeaways. I was like, everyone sounds absolutely incredible. And yeah, I could do without all the rest of it, but I mean, it is what it is. So.
All right. Well, I said that people don't usually play twice. There's like 9 people who have, including Usher.
Usher's done the Super Bowl halftime show
He
twice.
appeared as a guest. That's usually that's going to be the case where you might appear multiple times, but that's still like that's a lot a lot of pressure. You don't know if you're going to come back to.
That's like when people criticize Beyonce for singing to a pre-recorded track at Obama's inauguration.
Yeah, that's not something
also,
you want to fuck up.
You only get one shot at that.
Yeah.
I'm not doing.
There's no rehearsal track that's going into the edited video of the congressional archives.
Exactly. It not only that, it's like a bird could fly by and like poop on the microphone.
Yeah.
Or
It's possible.
For all we know, the microphone isn't even hooked up because it's a security risk or something.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
there's a whole bunch of reasons
that's
why
true.
you wouldn't want to risk that one.
Yeah. Lighten up. Lighten up, people.
So the last piece of Super Bowl is, like you just mentioned her, our wonderful, our favorite Taylor Swift, and it's first of all, people were just so fucking mad how much she was on screen. It was incredible. I love.
I didn't watch the whole game because I don't care. But isn't there a thing about she wasn't even shown on the televised version for the first half, until after halftime, because they didn't want to focus on another musician before Usher or whatever.
I was watching a.
I heard that was a thing, and that it was like a contractual thing about they couldn't show her before halftime because that would break some deal with promoting the halftime show. And it's
so
I can
fucking
totally
funny.
see that being a thing.
Weird.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, people were losing their mind over nothing.
So I was watching like a Twitch live stream of a guy who was like a football fan. He didn't have the Super Bowl on because he can't do that. But he had on his screen a Taylor Swift counter, and by the end it said 16. I don't know.
Okay, I mean that doesn't seem that bad.
16 times or 16 seconds.
16 times she was on screen, right? So I think I mentioned this on the show. I don't remember. She averages out to 34 seconds a game to be on screen
Of
and
like
then
a 3-hour televised thing.
It makes me
The Super Bowl's even longer.
No,
more
Super Bowl's like
commercials.
5 or 6
Yeah,
hours.
yeah.
It makes me livid because every football fan I told that stat to was like, and so what? Is she on screen 5 times, 6 times? Like, how do you split it up? And I'm like, why are you trying to? It's 30 seconds of your ball game. Why do you care so much?
Commercials are longer than that.
Yeah. It's the most like fragile thing I can possibly imagine. So this article is basically trying to analyze if her presence has made any difference at all in the NFL and especially in the Super Bowl. Basically, for the overall NFL season, it's kind of hard to tell if she made a difference. For the Super Bowl, CBS drew in 123.4 million viewers. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 123.4 million viewers, and then last year was 115.1 million viewers. That's not really to say that was necessarily because of Taylor Swift, but I would say that she's had to have some kind of effect.
They'll have better numbers if they show her for 60 seconds next year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I feel like it's undeniable that she had an impact because I don't know this. I'm just guessing. I don't think the number of people watching the Super Bowl goes up by that much every year.
So
I would assume it's been relatively stagnant the last couple of years, like it kind of plateaued.
Yeah. So it does say that this article says, admittedly, the previous record holder for the most watched broadcast in TV history was last year's Super Bowl. So it just continues to break records. But I would imagine that, Taylor Swift
but it's not growing that much, I would think.
No,
I say as a non-fan of football, like I imagine it's not growing as a sport that much. It's obviously the biggest sport in the country still, but I don't think it's growing. It feels like it's reached, the point. Basically, our whole lives, it feels like football's always been the same size audience. It's the same level of thing. Doesn't seem like it's grown by 7 million or whatever it is per year. So.
Yeah.
Who was the performer last year? I'm totally blank.
Rihanna.
Was it? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was great.
She was pregnant.
She's pregnant. Yeah. She pregnant. Yeah.
Pregnant.
So that's pretty much all I have for the Super Bowl. Oh, except for the ads, which led into Beyonce releasing new music.
Yeah.
Did you listen to the songs?
I did not actually. I completely forgot to do that after the Super Bowl. So.
Oh man, I'm now tempted to pull this shit up.
Yeah, let's do it. And while you're doing that, I also read someone mentioned that obviously we know Super Bowl halftime performers don't get paid for it.
Right.
Someone said that Usher was paid $675.
Oh, he was.
Is that
probably
thing?
is like
he
a
was,
SAG
and
appearance fee or something.
He was paid that, but then there also was a estimated. I read this like a couple weeks ago. I should have saved this. Now I'm blanking on it.
Just guess on it.
I'm gonna say 30 million. It's estimated that because of the Super Bowl, he will have made $30 million from streaming and etc.
Yeah.
Which is
that seems
insanity.
Really high
on the back end.
Also, so he just released a new album, like the Friday before the Super Bowl, his new album dropped.
Smart move.
And then he's leaving.
I honestly didn't know he was still making new music.
Right, and did he play any songs off his new album?
Oh, I wouldn't.
He did not.
No.
Like,
God, why would he do that?
And it was so funny.
No, I'm sure if somebody suggested that, he's like, why would I do that?
Yeah.
I was out at a bar the night before the Super Bowl, and a friend of mine at the bar was doing like some Super Bowl betting stuff. So one of the questions was, is Taylor Swift going to be on screen more than 6 times? I was like, absolutely, you bet on that shit. Then
little did we know it also goes into overtime, and then it's like, well,
yeah. And then one of the other bets was, what do you think, like, what's Usher's first song going to be? And they had like one of his old songs, one of his new songs, and then a middle of the ground. And the fourth pick was a different song. You didn't have to specify. You just had to say a different one.
Like not one of these.
Yeah. I'm like, why the fuck would he ever play any of the news? No one knows what it is. The only song he's been on that is new that people know is he did a remix with Jungkook off of one of Jungkook's songs from his album.
Right.
That's not one of his. So it's very wild.
Usher.
Yeah, he's also about to go on tour. He's about to leave.
I mean, that part
tour.
doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I assumed he was still touring, but
Okay, this should work. We should be able to hear the song.
Yeah, I guess for context, this is the second part of a 3-part kind of thing she's doing, and it was announced through a Verizon commercial, which is weird.
Super weird. And
I
But
still
hey,
haven't
if
seen
you
the
get
commercial.
somebody to pay for your promotion for your album, I guess why not?
and what,
Hell
are
yeah.
what are those stats that you said today, Dave, about the song? Is the like debuted #1, right?
This is the first. Beyonce is now the first female black country singer to debut at #1
On the country charts,
on
too.
the Billboard country charts. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is Texas Hold'em, Beyonce.
This is like
This is what you're
country.
fucking ready for? Are you ready
just
for
wait.
this?
Ain't Texas. Ain't no hold'em.
You ready for this?
This is gonna be everywhere, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It's already everywhere, dude. Be glad you don't have TikTok.
Dude, we already watched it on Fun Fridays, but I'll have to show you the DJ Khaled video of him dancing to it. It's
no.
fucking incredible.
Heather and I rewatched that video yesterday, and it was everything I wanted it to
It's
be
amazing.
and more.
Yeah.
It's
So
so
that's
good.
That's her new music. So that I guess it's Renaissance Part 2 is the album.
Renaissance Act 2.
Act 2.
I
I was
think,
gonna say,
right?
is that the name of it, or is it?
It's just Act 2.
unnamed currently.
Oh, just Act 2.
Apparently, Act 2, as far as we know.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, that also came from the Super Bowl. And
That's a cooler way to announce an album than at the Grammys. So
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Shit. Okay.
Taylor.
I don't know.
It'd be
the
so
more
funny.
we get further like away from the Grammys, the more it's
Yeah.
like that was disrespectful to everybody else there.
Oh, yeah.
Big time.
Yeah,
But it'd be funny if she was in the stands holding a sign that said new album.
yeah.
Or if
Bro.
I hate that I don't know Travis
Kelsey?
Kelsey's brother's name.
Jason Kelsey?
Jason Kelsey, if he was holding the sign.
Yeah. Did you watch any of the footage of him like at like the after party? So like there's like this great TikTok that someone took at the party of like it was like a dance remix of a Taylor Swift song playing at the after party. Travis Kelsey and Taylor Swift are like super like cute together dancing, and the camera pans to Jason Kelsey behind the DJ. I think the DJ was Marshmello, and Jason Kelsey's wearing a luchador mask and no shirt, just like fucking getting it. That guy is amazing. I love Jason Kelsey. Also, people were like super mad that Taylor Swift was drinking at the Super Bowl, which I think is the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah.
And then I told some of my friends that, and they're like, "Are you kidding me? She took that shot like a loser. Why are they mad?" And I'm like, "That's I don't know. She can't win anywhere."
Yeah. She's too famous.
Yeah. So let's leave the Super Bowl and let's talk about something that I think is dumb. Adam,
Not you, Adam. By the way, Adam is sporting his album shirt.
yeah.
yeah,
Thank you.
album
Yeah.
shirt,
Album shirt. Yeah.
Album shirt.
albums.
Or
album
no,
shirt.
I believe it said albums Adam shirt.
Yeah. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if you've heard about this. So I guess he's a director. His name is Sam Mendes. Do you know who this guy is?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know who he is.
Okay.
What's he done?
Lots of movies. He did the
Awesome.
James Bond movie recently, I think.
Oh, okay, great.
Did I want to say 1917
So
was him, unless I'm mixing him up with somebody else.
Oh, okay. So he's doing a Beatles biopic.
Okay, that's unfortunate.
Oh, he's doing.
Oh, just wait.
It's gonna look really cool.
Just wait.
He's doing 4, one for each member.
Huh.
Dude,
right.
that's the biggest fucking
Yeah.
I've ever heard. Like,
Even if
holy
you're
shit.
Like super fan of the Beatles, do you want a movie on all of them? You
Um,
probably don't. You
okay.
probably want 2 movies.
Hold on. We watched all, what is it, 12, 16 hours of the documentary that recently
Yes,
came out?
we did.
I'm watching all 4 of those biopics.
We are because we're gonna do it for the podcast.
That's 4 episodes.
I just
kids.
mean if you're a Beatles fan, you probably only have one Beatle that you have to see
Yeah.
one of, and you probably have another one. You're like, I would watch that.
Dude,
It's probably not
it's
all
gonna be
4.
so sad. The John Lennon one and the Paul McCartney one are gonna do so well, and the Ringo Starr one is gonna bomb at the box office.
Sony is gonna buy the rights to it just so they can have another bomb.
I think you said this is gonna be the entire movie. Dave.
Yeah,
I faulted.
that and him going, and then I put what was it? I forget what I said. And then I put a back on my drum throne.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the fucking back on the. What a fucking great
Yeah.
guy.
Wait a minute. They're all coming out the same year, also.
Good.
Didn't read that part.
Get it over
How
with.
is that gonna make any money then?
And it's Jimmy Fallon's playing all of them.
Jimmy Fallon. Okay,
I mean,
so
that would be fun.
So here's what one of the producers said. We intend this to be a uniquely thrilling and epic cinematic experience. 4 films told from 4 different perspectives, which tell a single story about the most celebrated band of all time. To have the Beatles and Apple Corps blessing to do this is an immense privilege. From our meeting with Tom Rothman and Elizabeth Gabler, it was clear that day they both shared our passion and ambition for this project, and we can't think of a more perfect home than Sony Pictures. It's the most like fucking boring
See, it is
thing.
going to be a bomb.
Oh, it's crazy.
I say that. It's going to look amazing because Sam Mendes and his normal cinematographer, like they make really... He made the Bond movie that looked really amazing and was terrible, if you remember recently.
the last one that
Yes,
came out
yeah.
with Christoph Waltz in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like it looked great.
Yeah, it did look incredible.
Really, really great movie. But he has no like... Maybe he doesn't have any control over the scripts, or he doesn't have an eye for like, oh, that's a bad script. I should not go on that project.
He did do 1917.
I would be curious to know who's writing these, because if it's somebody who's a really good screenwriter, these could be okay.
Yeah.
I think 4 of them's too much still, but
It's McCartney. McCartney's right.
Yeah, it's way too much.
Yeah.
you should instead do like a mini series, maybe
Yeah,
an
yeah.
episode each.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I read that headline and I was like, that has to be a joke.
Yeah, it'd be. I love the idea that I'm pitching what they should do.
They should. Hey.
That we're pitching it like, you know what you should do.
No. This is one of those times I'm be like, we're right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, if we can get a producer credit, that sounds good to me.
So what they should do is do 4 biopics if they're going to go that way, leading up to the Beatles' first record, and then a 5th biopic about the Beatles' career,
No, you're missing out. You got to do like 3 trilogies.
and then a
And then a
6th
Ringo movie.
biopic.
It's the fucking Beatles extended universe.
Yeah,
dude.
you got to
This
do
sucks.
the
If Marvel
you gotta
can do it, the
MCU
Beatles
for
can do
the
it too.
Beatles. Yeah.
If Marvel could do it, the Beatles could do it too. Fuck, we're gonna have like a whole movie of them in the fucking Yellow Submarine world.
Yeah.
well,
And,
we
dude,
already have that.
They're gonna make another one that's gonna like be like
And
it's gonna
another one.
have all these Easter eggs from the original one. This is gonna suck.
No, I'm here for it.
They're gonna do a movie for every album.
Yep. And they're gonna do.
Except
They're
for
gonna
the last one, they're gonna do
I'm
4.
having a fucking panic attack.
Yeah, they're gonna trail off into McCartney with wings.
Yeah. It's the spin-off universe.
Sean Lennon, like all the kids.
I'll watch the one whenever John Lennon dies.
I was gonna say an alternate reality one where he doesn't die.
Who shot him? Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yeah.
Was it Patton Oswald? Oh. I'm from Canada, people. I don't know.
Yeah, we know. You're like
Harvey
the
Oswald.
famous guy who killed somebody.
Yeah.
Who is
I forget his name.
Mark David Chapman?
There it is.
There's 3 names.
Yeah, it's what's with these 3 name murderers?
Killers.
Bad sign.
Who did Lee Harvey Oswald kill?
JFK?
Nicely
go.
done. Good
Again,
work.
I'm from Canada.
Well, who did Lee Harvey Oswald kill? Supposedly.
Supposedly.
Yeah. Maybe we'll see. Okay.
Probably not in our lifetime.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's get away from this because that's incredibly depressing about the Beatles movies. We don't need 4 of those. Okay. Let's move to J-Lo for a second. I don't know how to do. That
was unexpected.
I could have done a segue, but I didn't. Okay. So Adam, we listened to. There were 2 shooters for JFK. I think
there were more than 2.
There were
is
more
the
than 2
theory.
shooters,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the prevailing theory is that it was one of the agents in the car that misfired because they were out partying the night before. We can talk later, Ian.
Because an acorn hit the car.
we went to high school in Dallas. We heard all the theories from our teachers in high school. Probably.
I also listened to like a 6-part
Or at
series.
least I know I did.
Yeah, about all this, and it's truly fascinating. Anyway, I'm not going to go into conspiracy theories if I believe them or not. Anyway, Adam, on Fun Fridays, you listened to Jennifer Lopez's new music, to J-Lo's new stuff. She released a new album.
Didn't listen to that.
So the first song we listened to was...
I'm where I am now.
No, that's not what I was going to say.
Oh.
The music's bad and you should feel bad.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
the second song we listened to, not so bad. But I feel like we should make you listen to the first one.
All right.
The album is called "This Is Me," ellipses. Now,
That's a choice.
yeah,
They taught you that in Canada
yeah,
when ellipses was.
yeah.
Good work. Here you go.
Okay, I'm already out.
Hello, sir. Do you want your morning hot towel?
This sounds like music that would be behind a sketch in SNL.
Yeah.
Totally.
Starring Andre
I was
3000.
gonna say, is this another like flute album?
It's also like, I think you said this on Friday, Dave. It sounds like shit that was like made in GarageBand.
Yeah.
I watched my mother.
Possible it's made by AI.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Out on her life.
Okay.
Although
You got the gist.
Yeah,
Not good.
Now,
I also didn't know she was still making music.
so
I feel like a lot of these artists, like Usher included, is just like you have all your hits. Just you can just coast on that. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
yeah. So she, I guess she released an album in 2002 called "This Is Me." ... Then, and then she now made "This Is Me." ...
Wouldn't it be "That Was
Now.
Me"... Then?
Well, that was in 2002. I don't know, man.
She didn't
I
know
don't
for sure if she was
I don't
gonna make
know. I
another
don't know. I
one.
don't know who she doesn't know who she is then.
Anyway.
So, oh, nice. So
are these new songs or are they re-recordings?
this is new,
Okay.
and it's all kind of based on her reignited relationship with Ben Affleck. Is basically the idea.
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
The Dunkin' Donuts guy. Okay.
She also interestingly, who cares about this, but it's weird. She was recently announced as the co-chair of the 2024 Met Gala. Why? Anyway, so the reason why we're bringing this up is because we listened to this music and we said, wow, this is bad. The other song was good. But this is a 3-part project, including a feature film and a documentary.
Just one movie?
Just one, not four, not
okay.
four. So
Could be doing more. How many tracks are on there? Could do one per
True.
track. You know?
Yeah. There's
wow.
13 songs on this
Yeah,
album.
yeah.
So
That's a miniseries. There you go.
Also it should be noted, one of the songs has Ben Affleck credited as a background vocalist. And To Save You the Time album, we listened to it, couldn't find him.
couldn't find him.
Couldn't
You doing
find
like a
him.
Batman voice?
That'd be great. That'd be so good.
Jennifer.
Yeah. Why'd you say that name? Anyway, she self-funded it, $20 million. She self-funded all of it.
To make this?
To make all of it.
Somebody sold her an expensive copy of GarageBand.
So the album dropped last week. I believe the movie did as well, as people have been talking about
Okay.
the movie. It is a narrative-driven musical called "This Is Me Now," a love story.
Oh, it's
and it is written by her and Ben Affleck. And it's a fictionalized narrative loosely based on her life. And her relationship and so on and so forth. Now, people are talking about this movie because at some point in the film, it shows all the zodiac signs, and they're all played by really famous people such as Trevor Noah, Post Malone, Keke Palmer, Sofia Vergara. It's like why? Like $20 million would have paid for that probably, I figured, but maybe they're doing her all a favor. It's a whole thing. And then the documentary is titled "The Greatest Love Story Never Told." Comes out next week.
I'm watching it.
We knew that.
The title of the documentary is based on a secret stash of love letters that Ben Affleck wrote to Jennifer Lopez, to which he'd given the same name.
Whoa.
It's
Still watching it.
so cringe. It's one of those.
Maybe it'll be sweet.
Maybe.
So,
I just
do
think
you have to release a movie and a documentary to just release an album now? Is this like a thing?
If you're not playing the halftime of the Super Bowl, yes.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift had a documentary about whatever, not this past album, but the one before that, and
Well, and then she did release the live movie.
even artists that I like, Nick Cave has done a documentary about his last 3 albums, and it's like, we understand you have new music, and it's
You know what's interesting is that like that you would think that builds up.
documentaries are cool if you're a fan, but at some point it's like, well, do people care
Right.
to watch this documentary?
I do.
You would think that it builds
There
up
is an
hype.
audience, and it's Dave.
It's Dave. Because like I think it builds up hype amongst your audience.
Like super fans. Yeah.
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 Or Dave, who likes to watch music documentaries.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, we know there's people who are like you. You're not alone in this.
I'm not alone.
You're not alone.
I feel very alone.
Heather.
I mean, like at this table right now.
Oh, okay. I see. You want to talk about it? You want to talk about it?
No.
Oh, okay. You'll watch. Yeah. Okay. Exactly.
My family is with me.
So it's a family thing. Okay.
Yeah.
We this is something where like people will watch it, but I feel like the whole point generally is to build up some kind of
Yeah.
hype for and
It is with your fans. I get that part. It's just it is
but
kind
that's
of
pretty
funny.
much all it does.
It is kind of funny though that a lot of people have done these like did a movie that we made and it's
Yeah.
being released on Amazon Prime because they're paying everybody to make a movie. So we did, and here's the new album, and it's like, did you have to do that though? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
I also find it weird, like that she's like, I'm self-funding and writing a documentary about me.
it's less impressive when you're a multimillionaire.
Well,
also-
and also you want someone to do that for you. You want an unbiased party to make a documentary about
Depends
you.
on who you are.
You should.
Depends on who you are.
Yeah.
Nah.
That's why I didn't like
Billy
the-
Corgan wouldn't want that.
No, yeah, he would do it himself.
He sang at his own wedding, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
yeah.
So did Jack Black
Yeah, but that's probably funny.
That's funny.
and Jack White.
That one also
That
makes
is not a
sense in the
surprise.
same
Yeah,
like,
one of his
vein
gigs.
as
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so we'll move past the J-Lo of it all. I found that all of it should be ridiculous.
I'll let you guys know how the documentary is.
Hey, I almost watched the movie before today.
Yeah.
But I instead got my iPad set up to do all the stuff it's doing now.
That's probably a better
That's-
call.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll never know. Okay, so this is now something that is kind of old news, but still, I think we should talk about it. Is the Universal Music Group leaving TikTok? Okay. Now, for those who don't know, at the end of January, the contract between TikTok and UMG, Universal Music Group, ran up, and UMG failed to negotiate a new deal. So all of its music was removed from TikTok. That includes artists like Drake, Taylor Swift, and many, many more.
Wow.
Yeah. There's a lot of like music TikTokers who are mostly like they mostly react to like the clips of stuff, and it's a lot of clips of them just crying because they can't do it anymore. It's all gone. So this is what Jack Antonoff had to say about the situation. He said, "I think it's ass backward, and at the very least, we should have known." He said, "You got a whole industry being like, you've got to do everything, and here's what you've got to do, and then one day it's like poof." So I like it. It's crazy to think about the fact that all of that music is just that's it.
Well, and not only that, there were a lot of newly signed artists
Yeah.
that got the attention of that label through going viral on TikTok. And so they're like, oh shit, now we can't promote to our audience that we've grown on this platform because the label we're with, who wants us to promote our music, took their music off of this platform.
Right. So does this mean the artist can't promote their own music at this point?
Okay, the one part I don't have the answer to is
I'm not a lawyer, Adam.
so
Well, but like, is there
Yeah,
a way
yeah,
for
I
them
know.
to have the audio in there, or is
think
it
they have-
going to be blocked as part of this
I think
deal?
it has to be uploaded as like not so it has to be not distributed through like basically like they'd have to upload a TikTok that uses their own song as a sound, but it's not like in the sounds library
Sure.
of TikTok.
Right.
I think that's the way around it.
So it's not them prohibiting it from being used on TikTok necessarily. That would be different. Because
I guess they
that's
could,
what I
though.
assumed that it was going that way, and I was like, this is a really stupid
So
like marketing problem.
yeah, I
for
guess
them to
I guess they
create.
could do that, but I feel like it would be a lot harder because the whole thing with like the library is that it shows you what everything is.
Right, yeah.
There probably are bots that can detect if these songs are being used, but I don't know how deep that part goes.
I mean, either way, it seems like a dumb move.
if you're a large creator, you probably don't want to use that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
that's kind of the thing. I will say that there is an artist, BB No Money. You guys know BB No Money?
I've never heard that.
Yeah, totally. Yep.
Okay, never mind. So he's great, and he had a really hit song called Edamame, and he did this whole troll TikTok series of him making really dumb remixes of his own song with a bunch of cartoon noises in it, and it was the perfect response to the whole thing, because then that went viral.
Right.
But that's not anything under UMG. So,
Right.
there was someone who basically said, it was someone on the Today Show, I guess it was some business person, said that I think the calculus that TikTok is making is they would rather inflict pain on their customers than their shareholders. So whatever it is that Universal was asking, TikTok's customers could live with that pain. And yeah, so that's pretty much the whole shtick. TikTok doesn't give a shit. They're like, fuck you, you should figure out the plan, and then we'll go from there to UMG.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It'll be interesting to see in the coming months what the fallout of all that is.
Yeah.
If other major labels are
Right.
all right, cool, we're pulling out.
If other
would be
labels do that,
crazy.
doesn't that kind of kill
TikTok.
part of the appeal of TikTok?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
It kills what it's founded on.
It also
Yeah.
kills the marketing angle for all of these labels and their artists. So as somebody not using TikTok, and I don't frankly care about it, but
Whoa.
hot
Hold
take.
on.
Fuck.
It doesn't make any sense to me if you're a business to not have your stuff where people are.
Right.
It's a tug of war,
Right.
is what we're witnessing.
Yeah, I just kind of I generally don't care about social media, but I also used to run a company where we had social media and we had
Yeah.
to run stuff on it. That's how it is.
You just
you
have
don't
to do it.
You don't get to be like, I don't like that, so we're not doing it.
You did all the Jago
Yeah,
social media stuff.
that's a good point too. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't talk about Jago.
I do.
Okay.
No,
Anyway,
we do. Some people don't. But
Yeah.
oh,
Sure.
you hear that?
What happened? Oh, I know what that is.
you got a ground
Oh.
loop.
Easily mended.
Dude,
Just won't worry about it for
That's
too
fine.
many wires.
Yeah.
Well, it's because there's no ground cable on that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I don't. It's super weird, and I think that as much as I don't want to say it, Reels are probably going to end up overtaking TikTok.
I mean, there's a lot of forces moving.
Threads
towards
is
that.
taking over X. More
That's
people are going to Threads.
Pretty easy.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying.
Do you-
it all leads back to
Is,
Instagram.
is that real though? Are the numbers doing that for Threads?
No, do you think? I don't know.
Yeah, Dave joined. It's happening.
Okay,
I'm
so
on
here's-
Threads now,
so
so
here-
it's better
So here's
than
the,
X,
here was the thing about Threads.
formerly known as Twitter.
The day that Threads dropped, it was the most downloaded app ever
Yeah.
or whatever, right? And there were group chats that I was in. People were like, "We got to switch to this. We got to use this." And I'm like, "No fucking shit! It was the most downloaded app in a day. It was Facebook and Instagram going, here's better Twitter," and everyone went, "Of course I'll download this."
Yeah.
But it doesn't. It's to me, I'm not saying it isn't better than Twitter, because it probably is, because X is a fucking disaster. That's why I've now fallen in love with it. It's so fun. It's just you never know what bullshit you're gonna get on this. It's wild. But so X got crazy numbers on during the Super Bowl, especially. They
Oh,
had,
really?
yeah, they're
It's still a hub.
yeah.
Who is saying what those numbers are though?
True, Elon's posting.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
He also said Cybertruck can't rust because it's made out of stainless steel. Turns out it does rust.
sure, yeah. That's crazy.
And quickly.
They shouldn't
Without it even raining. It's just the humidity outside. It's oh, cool.
for
Rust.
his companies, he shouldn't especially for Tesla
Yeah.
and space, he just shouldn't talk.
He shouldn't talk.
He just shouldn't
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For X, he can talk all day. That's the fun of it for me.
Yeah.
And he owns it.
I mean,
fun.
there is part of Tesla where it's they're leaning into that joke at this point.
Yeah.
Like I was over by where Tesla has a store around here the other day and went and saw the Cybertruck that's in there, and I'm like, this thing is A, ugly, B, has
dare
panel
ya.
gaps on the demo floor model, and it's this is the one you guys picked to put here.
Probably the only one they
Holy
could get.
Shit, that's insane.
I think
dude.
they had problems making a bunch. So that's
Yeah.
what they got.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not sure if I believe the numbers for Twitter personally.
I just
but-
don't. I also just don't think Threads is particularly I'd have to see it, but it would shock me if it's doing better than X at this point. It
Yeah,
might have.
I mean, I'm just
Anecdotally,
talking out
it's-
of my
No.
ass.
I get it,
Anecdotally,
yeah.
it's as active as Twitter used to be.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I get that. I also find that if this does go further, TikTok might see a dip. I find that the fundamentals of what TikTok is based on is pretty much gone. Most people are just going to TikTok to just doom scroll because it gives you everything you want. I think there probably is a day that TikTok dies, but I probably think that it dies because of some shit like that the government does before.
Right.
Before
That was going to be another aspect of this is like how much of this is, for all we know, Facebook talking to Universal and saying,
True.
hey, we would like to make Reels happen. We'd like to make you guys happy. What do you
Yeah.
want us to do? And then, oh, by the way, you should pull your stuff off of TikTok.
Have
Yeah.
they made Reels a standalone app yet?
No,
Nah, they don't want to.
they should not.
No, they shouldn't. But
That would infuriate
I mean,
me.
it would be smart if they offered it as one.
yeah,
They
as a side option.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
They just really push that like the tab on Facebook and Instagram to just
Yeah.
press the Reels button. Like they
oh,
really,
I love
they really.
hitting that tab. Love it. I love it. It's like yes.
I assumed it was. I know it's an Instagram. I didn't even think about. You still use the Facebook app? Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Hey,
Instagram, I understand, but
okay. So
we as freelance musicians have to use the Facebook app.
wasn't even gonna go there,
I understand using Facebook. That's
Yeah.
different from the app.
dude. The
I feel
Denton
the
Downtowners Facebook group
oh, that is kind
more
of
than enough.
that
to have
makes
the
sense.
app.
That makes sense.
It is. Yeah, it's a
Chef's kiss.
It's a chef's kiss of a Facebook.
I
group.
guess the difference to me is just go to Facebook's website in Safari and do that.
No way.
Because the
We're gonna sign in
Instagram app
every
is
time.
actually really nice. The Facebook app always historically was not very.
I don't
good.
remember my Facebook password.
You don't
You don't have to do that.
Oh, I don't know. I don't use Safari.
All right.
Yeah, you got it.
I got it.
Okay,
I faulted.
I got I got one more thing for us to go over, and we don't have to do it if we don't want to, but it is happened and is relevant, and it is Kanye West and the release of Vultures 1. So we don't have to talk about this for too long, but it is incredibly fascinating that he released an album with fucking who was the other person on the album? I should just click this link. But he released the album, and then it was only on Apple Music, and then it was taken down from Apple Music, and now it's on Spotify. I don't know if it's on Apple Music anymore, but it's this whole back and forth saga of this album, and it's release. It's with him and Ty Dolla $ign. That's it.
It's on Apple Music.
Okay, so
At
it's back up.
the moment of
I was going
recording.
to say how much of that is perhaps I'm intentionally taking it off to get people to talk about it because I really don't think Apple cares. Like they
Yeah.
hosted the live stream thing for him while he was
Right.
still slightly less controversial
Yeah.
a couple years ago.
And not only that, he can take it down to make edits.
Right. And he's done that.
And he's
done that, yeah.
exactly, yeah. So
And that's a good marketing thing to be like, hey,
Yeah.
they're taking down my music, especially to the audience he's playing towards recently.
So the thing with this is that I guess it was like the day that he did his like pre-show thing for this album, when he was playing all like the songs off the album. One of his songs, Carnival, uses a sample from Iron Man, and Ozzy lit him the fuck up for this. Do you guys see this?
I
I did
read
see
it. I
this.
don't really
Dude,
remember exactly what he said.
he lit him.
It was in all caps.
Oh,
I do remember that.
Pause.
Oh, it stopped. It did its thing. The logic did its thing where it stopped again.
Yeah, it's been, I guess, yeah.
It stopped at an hour.
Yeah.
Is that accurate?
Boom.
Whatever.
That's cool.
There we
Close
go.
to it.
It's close to it.
We're back.
I'll fix it. I'll fix it in post. So Ozzy lights his ass up, and this article does a really bad job of showing. There we go. Kanye West asked permission to sample a section of a 1983 live performance of Iron Man from the U.S. festival without vocals, and was refused permission because he is an anti-Semite and has caused untold heartache to many. He went ahead and used the samples anyway on his album, and basically went on to say, like, this is not cool, like, fuck this guy, so on and so forth. And
In all caps, right?
the entire
all
thing,
caps.
the entire thing is all caps. Yeah.
Classic old man.
Old man. Yeah.
Yeah. So Kanye is, and this is like right after he posts a picture of him wearing a Burzum shirt. For those who don't remember, Norwegian metal band, black metal band that is fronted by a horrible piece of shit.
Yeah,
who
go back
is
and listen to
also-
our black metal episode.
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
It's actually Jackson did a great job on that episode.
Yeah. It's incredibly fascinating stuff, and I would highly suggest listening and doing some reading. There's a great book about it too. But that guy is a piece of fucking shit. So Kanye wearing a Burzum shirt is just on fucking brand.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm shocked that it's on Apple Music because it kept going. It was like up and then it was down. I'm
That's
surprised
why I
it's
said
back
at
up.
the time of recording.
Yeah. And it is on Spotify now.
I would be surprised if Apple removes it, though. They don't have any music they've really removed for reasons like that, right?
Yeah, Kanye's a different beast, though.
I mean,
feel like.
that's true, but they've very much taken the stance of like the music is the music. We're not taking stuff down. We're not
That's
getting
good.
into the business of editing what's
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
I mean, because they took a long time to take like Alex Jones off of podcasts
Yeah.
True.
because they had the whole they seem to have an institutional thing about like we don't want to be the people who decide what's there. Like we're not going to maybe recommend it necessarily. We're not going to feature Kanye's new album, but
and
plus
then,
the whole they sponsored his live whatever, not tour, but like pre-album like
Album
bullshit.
release
Yeah.
party thing.
Well, like
listening
the four of
party.
them, yeah.
the final Kanye thing is that he is just a random quote because apparently he was removed from the Super Bowl, and the rumor was that Taylor Swift had him removed.
That's pretty funny.
And he then wrote on Instagram that quote he's been far more helpful to Taylor Swift's career than harmful.
No, that's not true.
It's just
right.
like the fact that you have to even say that.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, absolutely wild.
Well, there's no other reason anybody would remove him from a public event.
Well, he needs help.
Well, yeah, there's a lot
needs
of
help.
there's a lot of videos going around of him doing interviews lately where he's like, I'm tired of being told I need help. Like they put me on this medication that didn't work, and it's all a lie and all this other shit. So anyway,
Yeah.
that's all I have for our news for the day. I feel like that's pretty good.
That's the show.
Yeah, we're done. We'll see you guys later. What are you guys listening to?
Oh God,
Idols.
dude, idols, and podcasts.
Oh,
That's it. Nothing. I've been listening to only the stuff that I have to learn or teach, and outside of that, nothing. And it's been making music be really refreshed lately.
Okay,
That's
It's
good.
very
I thought that was going to be really
I was
like,
ready for
bad.
the
Yeah.
opposite.
No, I haven't done this on purpose. I didn't stop listening to music on purpose. I just was like, oh yeah, podcasts. I like this is great.
I mean, there is also the kind of like natural break of this time of year. There's
Sure.
not a lot of stuff that we're all interested in hearing necessarily.
And we haven't been as busy with the show, so it's not been feeding. But what I've found is that now when I listen to music and when I play it, I'm like, wow, music.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Taking a break might be good.
Sure. Who would've
Vacations
thought?
are helpful.
Yeah.
So idols.
Yeah, idols. Yeah.
Okay.
A lot, really. I think
Really?
it's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to it yet. I don't know.
I understand that people who have liked them going further back on their albums don't like the trajectory they're on, but as somebody who got into them on their previous album,
Same.
I like all their music.
Yeah.
I like the trajectory they're on also.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I listened to the lead singer and the guitar players episode on Rick Rubin's podcast. And I was like, I should check out
should
more
probably
of this record.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Nice. We dropped the ball.
There's no movie, no documentary. So
Oh, stop! I'm in. We dropped the ball on Friday. We didn't listen to this. It was on the playlist. I just didn't listen. I just didn't know. It's an album called Faith Crisis Part 1 by a band called Middle Kids. It is amazing indie rock with a female-fronted indie rock band, and we were listening to it, and Kara was like, "Kind of sounds like Sarah Bareilles." I was like, "Kind of does." It's not like that much, but it's like similar timbre, like similar tones in certain spots. It's a great fucking indie rock album. Super into it. Yeah, Middle Kids, go check it out. Great release. I think we're gonna have a lot of really cool releases that are coming out for the rest of the year. Collier's album's next week. That's exciting. What?
Yeah.
I don't think I knew that was next week.
Yeah, I will never forget it because he's such a fucking prick to wait for fucking February 29th.
It's a leap year.
He had to wait for that.
That's kind of on brand though.
Fucking
Yeah.
prick. Love your music, man.
Yeah. and that's a really cool idea.
I guess.
Nah, it's
Release such good fucking shit and then be like, ha ha ha, wait for the leap year.
Yeah.
So what if he starts doing that for everything now?
Ugh.
Right.
Yeah.
There's going to be a new Mumford & Sons record that I am not
That
excited
single
for.
sucked.
That single was
fucking
garbage.
Sucked. There's stuff that's gonna come out that's gonna be good, and there's some stuff I listened to that was good as well. But that Middle Kids album was the one that was like, fuck, this is good. Yeah. This is really good. So cool. Anybody got anything else?
Nope.
Excellent. Well, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you so much. If you haven't already, please follow or subscribe whatever podcast app you're using to listen to this. If you are watching on YouTube right now, please like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, tell your friends, tell your enemies. We appreciate that so much. If you're on social media, you can find us on DFTA Podcast, on Instagram, Don't Be the Artist, on TikTok. And if you have any thoughts about the show, you want to say hi, you want us to react to some of your music, anything like that, please shoot us a DM with any of those Afro-mentioned socials, or you can email us at feedback@don'tbetheartist.com. I think that's it. I think I got it. Yep.
You got it.
I got it.
You got it.
I got it. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you got it.
That's super cool.
Fuck off! Get rid of town!
Watch this. You ready? You ready? I press this button, and then boom.